Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Today, we're going to a metal fabrication shop called Stellar Built. The Overland bound rig is flat busted and they're gonna help us out. And we're gonna learn a couple of things. We're gonna go there and we're gonna see what kind of jobs you might bring to a metal fabrication shop if you don't already know. We're gonna get to know them a little bit better, and then we're gonna talk about what's wrong with our rig and see how they go about fixing it. So hope you enjoy this quick trip. Hey, as a reminder, if you guys are doing business, try and do business locally. This is a local shop, and when you do business locally, your money, your hard-earned money, goes back into your community and helps support the local economy. So, all right, now let's take a trip over to Stellar Built Fabrication, see what they're all about. As a reminder, we do 4 things here. We do trips, we do interviews, we do rig walkarounds, and we do how-tos. If you like what you see, please give us a subscribe. It really does help out. Get on over to our website and consider becoming an Overland bound member. We've got a worldwide community waiting to support you on your next great adventure. All right, let's go. So we're headed down the trail and we feel this. That's the best I can describe it. It was a big, heavy feeling, and after inspection, our sway bar bracket had broken free. Now here's the thing. A lot of folks disconnect their sway bars, I understand that, but most of what we do is highway driving. So we'll do a lot of driving, twisty turny passes and things like that. Yep, I know their sway bar disconnects. That's a whole project, we haven't done it. So right now I prefer to have our sway bar, and I need to get it fixed. I did a quick repair job, but it was fast, and now we're gonna have the pros do it. So I've known of Stellar Built a long time. They're in Sacramento, and so I talked to Dimitri there, and today he's gonna take a look at the sway bar bracket and see if we can get that fixed up, and he'll also look at other things, maybe give us some advice. We'll learn what they're all about. All right, let's go do it. Guys, I'm here with Dimitri. We're at Stellar Built, and I've known you guys have been here for a really long time. I'm enamored by all the vehicles that you have here.
Yeah, we have a variety of different builds going on in the shop.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about Stellar Built, and how long you guys have been on? What do you guys work on? Things of that nature.
Sure. So we're an off-road fabrication shop. So we make our own stuff, we design our own stuff, but we also do general off-road service. So like we do installs, sales, provide suspensions, and everything has to do with off-road. So we design some of our stuff, we do build it, we have a CNC in-house. But a lot of stuff like this, for example, this is a brute force bumper that client brought in for his Tacoma, and we'll install it. So it does require cutting the bed sides, and sometimes like aftermarket stuff don't quite fit as well. So it requires some tailoring to make it work. Maybe we can walk around some.
Sure, let's take a look.
Some of the stuff that's in the shop right now.
Funny thing, I had an RC car. My first RC car was a Montero, and talking about working on all kinds of rigs, you got a Montero here. This thing looks like a beast.
Yeah. This is a pretty unusual platform, at least here in US. I mean, most people don't even know about them, but they make fantastic off-road vehicles. They come stock with the factory locker, solid 4x4 suspension. So. Anyway, so we built this thing from ground up. We did everything from the lift kit, we did the re-gear, and all the fabrication, all the bumpers and everything that's been built here in house.
You've maintained the approach angle. You're not,
for sure.
You're not sticking out too far.
Of course.
That your approach angle is really good.
So a lot of my personal builds, I mean, all that goes into consideration. So for example, like on this particular one, the frame sits somewhat low, so if we just do the bumper directly like off the frame, it would sit way too low. So everything that's been mounted has been raised.
And so sliders and rear bumper and everything else you guys have
sliders,
done?
with the dimple die fill. And the bumper, this is a single swing out bumper. Tire carrier, high lift, 2 jerry cans.
Oh, that's great.
LED lights. It works. When you come off a ledge, I mean, everything's protected. When you're going like against rocks, you kind of protect on the sides, protect your quarters here. Yeah.
Now I saw some of the. You've got a couple of 80s here.
Yeah.
Do you specialize in 80 work, or do you just happen to have a lot of 80s here today?
No, I mean, we do build a lot of 80 series. I'm personally a big 80 series fan. That particular one is my personal build. This has been pretty elaborate build. We cut out the original suspension completely out of the truck. 14-inch travel coilover, so we actually had to chop the inner fender walls in order to fit these guys in. This is more oriented to like more extreme use, like Rubicon and like rock.
All right, I see another a couple more 80s.
Sure, yeah, this is one of our customers. It's probably one of the early builds that I've done. This particular one, the owner really likes to kind of do some more extreme stuff. He got like into doing Rubicon almost every single weekend. He's like, Dimitri, I want you to build like guards, like basically two-bar guards, almost like similar to exo cage.
What are some of the things that they need to consider? What needs work on their vehicle? What's going to fail first?
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always tell people the first thing before you do lights, before you do bumpers, before you do like anything up top in your cabin, suspension, wheels, and sliders. But sliders is by far one of the most important mods because I mean, it protects your rockers.
I want to underscore that. I think that's a great thing to focus on just for a moment, because for people just getting into it, it may not be intuitive, but we try and reiterate that with folks as well. Work from the ground up, and a lot of folks don't think about sliders. They go tires, lift, rack, lights.
Yeah.
And the sliders.
Everybody wants to go to the glamorous stuff. Yeah, and I don't blame him, but you know, it really depends also on the kind of terrain. Here in Northern California, we have a lot of rock, so you know, that's just something to keep in mind when you go off-roading. It's very easy to go over something and just kind of clip your rocker, then your doors don't open, and then it's a very tedious repair job to replace a rocker. So sliders, that's absolutely,
and it happens that fast.
It's very easy.
You just like
Yeah,
crunch,
little tip, yeah,
and that's it.
Exactly.
You're done.
This thing came to us completely stock. Well, it did have a supercharger, but for the as far as the we outfitted this thing with the 3.5-inch lift. This one has what's called the slinky coil, so it's progressive rate.
Yeah.
This the rear bumper. We installed the rear bumper, but it's been built by a guy in Reading. Shop's called Trailblazer. High quality.
I really like that. Is that a dual swing out?
Yes, it's a dual swing out system.
Great.
And there's a lot of good details to this bumper that we would like. There's like safety pins everywhere. So like, let's say your latch comes loose, your swing out are not gonna come open. Why don't we go in the shop and I'll show you some more stuff that.
Let's do it. Speaking of having a little bit of everything, looking around your shop here, let's take a look. You've got a wide variety. I see Subarus, Dodge, I see hardcore builds, I see Overland builds. So do owners get nervous? This is a detailed job you're doing here. This borders on bodywork, right?
Yeah, that's why they come to us.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to cut up the truck.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, this is something you don't see every day. This is a newish Subaru Outback. So this is something that we made in-house. This is what we call our Trailblazer Bumper. Subaru has become very popular for off-roading. 2-bumper, it's gonna have a winch, lights.
I just love how close fitting the bumper is. It's
that's
really
one
cool.
thing that I really take a lot of pride in is aesthetics of my fabrication.
This is 8969?
8969.
Overland bound number 8969. Hey, so would you like an update on your Subaru? Because we'll give you an update on your Subaru right now. It looks like the bumper fabrication is just about done.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, this is something different. This is a 1940s Dodge Power Wagon. Came from the Gold Country. It's been a workhorse its entire life. So ended up here. This will be a more of like a resto mod build, so we'll have modern components, but yet still retain its classic charm. So
that is
everybody's begs us to keep this patina, which I think it's pretty beautiful. I mean, I've counted it's got like 6 or 7 different repaints over the year, so we might hang on to it, might not. We'll see.
Wow. So we were talking earlier. You said this drove out of Poker Flats.
Yeah.
Under its own power fairly recently.
Yeah, it did under its own power. I mean, this thing surprisingly still start and will run.
Cool.
Should be a fun build.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
A pre-runner build. We set up the hoops and all the mounting to get everything into place. Set up ride height, and we're continuing doing a front bumper. So
this thing will suck it up, and when it doesn't, you've got a heavy duty skid plate on the front.
Yeah, it's heavy duty skid plate, and the bumper itself keeps everything in place, all the lights and all the components there. This project right here, this is again also another extreme build. This is a 2005 Toyota 4Runner. It's a V8. It started its life with a IFS suspension. We cut everything out, and we're doing a solid axle conversion. So, So
little weekend project.
Yeah, just kind of.
How do you make sure that your alignment and your geometry is tight?
There is a lot of, I guess you can call engineering that goes behind the setting up the suspension. So everything kind of gets thought of before we go, like actually begin. Now, once everything is installed, almost every single link that's on the truck is adjustable. So everything can kind of be set into place to make sure that the thing drives straight, make sure it handles well.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for showing us around the shop.
Absolutely.
Now, we came to bug you for a specific need on our Land Cruiser. Compared to what you got going on in the shop, it's pretty damn straightforward.
Easy fix.
Yeah, we busted up our sway bar.
Okay.
Our sway bar bracket.
Okay.
Absolutely. I did a weld, and so you can critique my weld. And all right, let's take a look.
Let's go see.
Yeah. All right. All right, so you went under there and you took a look. How's my weld?
It needs attention. Yeah, I'll just keep it simple. It needs a little attention, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right, man, that is awesome. It was cool watching you guys work. You ripped right through it. Tell us what you did.
So we removed the original bracket. We noticed it was a little fatigued, a little bent, out of shape. We just we went on our CAD, whipped up a new one. We cut it out. It's slightly thicker gauge, so make sure it's not going to bend. It's not going to break anytime in the future. Clean everything up, welded it on, so it should be good to go.
Right on. Yeah, it's awesome. It was great watching you guys work. Hey, you guys, so one of the things we noticed here, there's all kinds of different vehicles. So if you guys have any kind of job, you can give them a call and see what they do here. They're glad to answer your questions, but we've seen everything here from installing a bumper that you might buy that needs a little bit of tweaking, or you want the job done right, or doing completely custom fab stuff. They have CNC machine. They've got all the gear here. So I'm sure you're glad to answer people's questions.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. If you guys have any questions or anything that you're wondering about, feel free to DM us, contact us, call us, email us. We'll be happy to help you.
Right on. And you're on Instagram. And how else can they get a hold of you?
So you can, we're on Facebook, StellaBuilt, Instagram, StellaBuilt. You can email us at stellabuilt@gmail.com.
Great.
Pretty straightforward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. We'll see you again.